So today we are going to be making marinara sauce. I wanted to make marinara sauce because in the future I'm going to be using it as a base. Marinara sauce is going to be the base for many dishes that I'm going to be making in the future. So I wanted to demonstrate how to make a basic marinara sauce. And when you get the basic formula for making marinara sauce, I see marinara sauce as a mother sauce, that you can take this sauce and you can add vegetables to it, like zucchini or okra, which is on Dr. Sebi's list, or eggplant. Eggplant is not on Dr. Sebi's list, but I'm just giving you an idea. So you add zucchini and mushrooms and maybe okras to make like a ratatouille, which is like a French, it's a French provincial dish, and it's like a vegetable stew. Or you can use your marinara sauce, you can add olives to it and other spices to put on your pizza. So I just wanted to show you a simple marinara sauce, okay? And then we would take it from there. So here I have 2 cans of peeled plum tomatoes. Dr. Sebi suggests using plum tomatoes and cherry tomatoes only. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to do some research into it. Again, I wish Dr. Sebi had written a book explaining exactly why we shouldn't eat certain things and the things that he recommended, why we are eating it. I know it's alkaline, but some of the things I really would have wanted to know in detail, because that's just who I am. If you ask me not to eat something or to eat something, I want to know why. So this is why I'm doing a lot of research myself, and this is why I'm so saddened by Dr. Sebi's passing, because I feel like there was so much more to learn and so much more for him to do. So what I wanted to say, the reason why I'm using canned tomatoes is because it is now fall going into winter, and tomatoes, this is not tomato season. Tomato season is in the summer. So in the summer, I would, if I go to the supermarket, I would buy tomatoes in the supermarket in the summer only. Once the fall and winter comes around, I am not going to buy tomatoes in the supermarket, because I like to buy things that are in season. I prefer to buy tomatoes in the can, because I assume that the tomatoes in the can they were picked when it was peak, when the tomatoes were in season, and then they canned it. So I'm assuming that the tomatoes in the can is much better than buying the tomatoes in the market in the fall and the winter, because tomatoes are not in season in the fall and the winter. And this is another thing, you should also try to eat foods in season, because for 2 reasons. If it's in season, it is more economical, it's cheaper, and it's tastier if it's in season. So this is the reason why I buy the tomatoes in the can for doing my marinara sauce. And this is one of the very few things, if not the only thing, that I buy in a can is tomatoes. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I do the marinara sauce, the first step. So I have these 2 cans of peeled tomatoes. Okay, I'm going to try to open the can. I hope this works. This can opener, it gives me problems sometimes. You see, it's not working. I'm gonna try this again, and if not, okay, see, it's working. But being the Caribbean person that I am, I know how to open a can with a knife. So I'm gonna take this knife and I'm going to open it like that. So what I do, I put the plum tomatoes in my food processor. You see how it looks? I'm going to do 1 can at a time, because if I don't do that, I don't have a very large food processor. So if I don't do that, it's going to, what's this here? Piece of paper. If I don't do that, it's going to make a mess. So these are the plum tomatoes, and they are peeled, as you can see. So I'm going to pulse this. For less than a minute, and it's done. Okay, oh, is there a piece? Let me do it for another. Okay, this is done. So I need to put this in a bowl, because I have to do the other can. So I'm going to pour this out in a bowl, okay? And then I'll do the other can. I'm going to open the other can. Don't try this at home, okay? I know how to do this with a knife. And what I wanted to say about these cans, if you look inside the can, oh, this says non-BPA lining. This particular, when you buy foods in cans, you have to make sure that it says non-BPA lining. Because BPA is bisphenol A, and it's a chemical that they use in plastics, and it mimics estrogen, which if you have too much estrogen, it can cause problems for you. Okay, so as I was saying, BPA is something that they use in plastics, and it mimics estrogen. They use it to make plastics, and it's something that if you have too much of it in your plastics and your food, it can cause cancer. So we are going to take this tomato sauce now and head over to the stove so I can show you how to start the marinara sauce. So now we're going to actually start doing the marinara sauce. I'm going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of grapeseed oil. I add some pepper flakes, a pinch, or to taste. A bunch of basil, and a bay leaf, medium-sized bay leaf. They have all sizes of bay leaf, just use your discretion. So we have the oil, the red pepper flakes, basil, bay leaf, and the last thing I'm going to do is some oregano. Now I like this oregano. This is an oregano from Greece, and it looks like that. It comes like that. It comes like this in the packet, and it's on branches. And I like to just break it and put it in there, and then I would fish it out at the end of the process. Okay, so and then the last thing we do is some salt. So we would put about 2 teaspoons of salt here. Okay, and we start, this is going to start cooking, And then we add the sauce and we cover it and we let it simmer for between 1.5 to 2 or even 3 hours, because I like my marinara sauce to be cooked for a long time to develop the flavor, to develop the tomato. Okay, it has to be boiled and cooked for a long time. I think 1.5 hours is not enough. Okay, so now we're going to add the tomato. The tomato sauce. So this is a large bowl, so I don't want to pour it out from the bowl. So we're going to add. So this is going to simmer. You just have to let it simmer and simmer. Just leave it alone on medium, low medium. I wouldn't, not medium high, low medium, because it has to simmer for, I would say, 2 to 3 hours. And of course, I have to get everything out of there. I don't want to waste anything. Okay. And the last thing is I like to add some kind of sweetener to balance the tanginess and the acidity of the tomatoes. So it's a good thing to add a little bit of sweetener. So I'm going to add some agave. Okay, you always should put sweetener in your tomato sauce. It gives it a good balance of flavor. So I would say this is about 2 to 3 tablespoons because, you know, it's freestyle and to taste with me. So, and now we're going to stir this pot. You see, here is the oregano. This oregano from Greece. I think it's so good. It's so delicious. It really has a strong flavor. So we're going to stir this, and that's it. And you let this simmer, and then when it's done, you fish out the basil. But this is how you put it in there. You don't have to chop it up or anything like that. You just throw it in there like that, and then when it's done, then you fish it out, and that's it. So when this is done, I'm going to show you what it looks like when this is done. I am going to let this cook for no less than 3 hours. You can do it for 1.5 hours or 2. I like to do it for no less than 3 hours, because then you really have this sauce that is so developed. The flavor is so intense and so yummy and tasty for your pizza and for dipping and for making a ratatouille. It's just a really good basic mother sauce, tomato mother sauce. Okay, so I'll see you when this is done. Okay, here we have our finished product, our marinara sauce that we made. And as you see, it's looking vibrant and yummy. It has a beautiful color. I added some basil here for contrast. So this is a basic sauce. I did not add onions to the sauce because whatever you're using this sauce for, you would probably use onions. This is just a basic marinara sauce with herbs. So you can use this sauce as well to do your own homemade ketchup. In future videos, I'm going to show you how to make your own ketchup using some spices and other ingredients. Okay, you can also use this sauce for your pizza. You can use this sauce as a dipping sauce. You can use this sauce to put over your spaghetti, and whatever else you might be using that you would need a basic seasoned tomato sauce.